IIM Calcutta has recently set up this case research center, although it is not something unique because other IIMs do have such centers. So in a sense, we are a little late in setting up this center, but we realize that our faculty members increasingly have started using cases, and we have been depending on Harvard cases. So we thought that let us give them some Indian cases, and that's the purpose of setting up the center. So one of the objectives, as I mentioned, is to develop India-specific case. And in there, we are trying to make a niche by saying that our cases will cover, cross-section of entities, for-profit, not-for-profit, purely social. So for example, we are writing cases on police administration, we are writing cases on a social enterprise, and similarly we are also writing cases on typical commercial enterprises. So it will be an entire spectrum of inclusive companies and hardcore manufacturing or profit-making entities. That's one objective. The second objective is, therefore, we want our teachers or faculty members to use more cases. And when they use an Indian case, the advantage is the students can relate to that context more easily. The third objective of the center is that of late, over the last, I think, 4 or 5 years, we have been sending our faculty members to Harvard to train them on participative method of learning. And the idea is when they come back, and in this Harvard program, they are exposed to case method of teaching, and they're exposed to other ways of participative learning, how to engage students inside the classroom. So when they come back, we give them this platform that now that you have got the training, you come back, you will develop a case with the support of the Case Research Center, and then teach the same case in the class. So this is just a follow through on the training. We come back from the training and then write the cases. So these are the three broad objectives: Indian specific case, encouraging our faculty to use Indian cases in the classroom and not only Harvard cases. And in the class we found whenever we use Indian cases, students relate to it more easily. And third is because they are having training in Harvard, they come back and write a case just to test the efficacy of the training. In terms of uniqueness of this center, I would say there are 3 unique features of this center, maybe slightly different from the way other case centers operate. The first is we have the concept of case writer. So for every case, we support the faculty with a case writer. So it is not just one person who will arrange the data, but that guy will actually write the case, the basic fact of the case, and then the faculty will give his input or her input and finalize the case. So the case writer, we found, is of great help. The second uniqueness is the review process. So we have set up a review process whereby a case will be reviewed by 2 people, and maybe one from academic, one from industry, because cases are too relevant for industry as well. So there is a rigorous review process. And third is we have a good editorial process also involved in it. So it does proofreading, it looks at, it entirely edits the content, sometimes gives suggestion that you might change the case in this way because it brings out more relevance to the case, etc. So these 3 uniqueness we find would help faculty to write the case faster and would be more comfortable writing cases because faculty members have many other things to do. So if you provide this support, then it facilitates them in writing the case and completing it within time. We have a target that over time, maybe next 1 year, we are targeting about 25-30 cases to be ready. And then every year we have 10 academic groups, so even if we write 10 cases per year, that's fine. It will add to our inventory. So overall, we have a medium-term horizon that over next 3 to 5 years, we will have a repository of about 100 cases, and then we can let these cases available not only to our faculty. Once we have a repository, we can let them available to the community at large. So even people can use this case in other business schools in India and abroad. Whenever business schools in US or in Europe are looking for cases in emerging markets, these cases can help them. Therefore, we are not looking only at IMC faculty, we are looking at entire faculty community, India and abroad, to use these cases. But as I said, we have started just recently, over a year back. It will take 2-3 years to have that repository. But I think we are moving in the right direction.